GCSE Higher Practice Paper 4A from mathstutor.biz and mathsdvds.co.uk. Now this video clip we're going to be looking at question 3. If you want to see the rest of these questions and actually get a copy of this question paper and work through it yourself, and then watch all the videos that go over all these questions, not just giving you the answers but working through the whole question and making one or two teaching comments along the way, then you'll need to go to one of these websites, mathstutor.biz or mathsdvds.co.uk, to be able to buy the video. So this video clip is just one question from this paper. And as I say, I don't just answer the question, I explain all about it, giving the marks and teaching points along the way. So here we have GCSE Higher Practice Paper 4A, question number 3. The probability that Tom passes his maths exam is 3/5. Now you don't have to do that in your exam, but if I see a question with a lot of words, I tend to make notes as I'm reading it. It helps me assimilate the information. Now you've got to remember, in the exam conditions, your brain's working full pelt, and so's your heart bumping. Well, it is for most people. So taking care. So when you see a long question, making notes along the way is a good idea. And the probability he passes an English exam is 2/3. Given that the two probabilities are independent, in other words, it doesn't matter what he does in his maths, it doesn't affect his English, and conversely what he does in his English doesn't affect his maths. That's what independent means. What is the probability he passes both exams? So he's going to pass maths, and that's the key word, and English. And in probability means multiply. So yes, okay, yes, you could go straight from reading it to writing that down. This is not absolutely necessary, but I am convinced in the exam anything that helps you not make silly mistakes and get full marks is worth doing. When you multiply fractions, you multiply the top 2 and you multiply the bottom 2, and then you cancel. So 3 goes into that and 3 goes from that. If you like, you can cancel before you multiply. There are 3 marks there, and I bet you get all 3 if you did it all in your head and cancelled it in your head and everything. Wow, wonderful you. You get the 3 marks. But is it worth taking a chance? So I'm going to say a mark for that, a mark for that, and a mark for that. So a mark for indicating the probabilities, a mark for appreciating that it's and is multiply. So if you get it wrong, you could get those 2 marks by showing you're working out, or the method marks. Have I convinced you yet? Show you're working out.